Yes.
We good?
Yes, your little whatever they are.
3, 2, and yes. Feel
All right,
free.
princess, come on.
Feel free to chime in at any time. You shit for rain. Let me get my shit straight.
Wow.
I know.
You are not a movie star, mother.
No, I am not. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the WorkShop Studio and Micro-Brewery channel. I am your host, Leo J. Bailey, and welcome to the Citra Wheat Brew Day. Although it isn't. Sorry. We actually had a brew day yesterday. The footage we took was hysterically funny. Chris was here. The lighting sucked. I don't know what I was thinking. The window was over there. There's not enough lighting in that room, and it was awful. I can't do it. So, I am drinking coffee out of my Outer Banks mug, and it is 7:30 on a Monday morning. Shit, wait a minute. Oh. I have not had enough of this yet. Look, let me talk about this shit real quick. Can't do a beer review. I did a review of the Virginia Beer Company's Liquid Escape Tart Ale with lemongrass and Australian sea salt. I ended up drinking the last 3 that I had yesterday. They're gone. Brew day yesterday. We did a Zoom. Mr. Gary from Maine, Brew Guy Gary, and Tap Out Brewing. He did a Zoom. I think there was only a total of 4 of us. I would have loved to have seen more guys on. It was hysterically funny at times. I mean, obviously for hours everybody's doing stuff. Gary brewed an ESB, I think, in the morning. And then he brewed a New England IPA later that afternoon when I was pretty much on. Steve, Canadian Sasquatch, got a chance to meet him. And we chatted. SJ Poor got on. He was funny. We chatted about some old movies, which we'll get into that a little bit later. Brew day, because I got to try to make this quick. The Citra Wheat. Chris was here. We got into it. Brew day went incredibly well. Things went very, very smoothly. Briefly, the Citra Wheat is 4.5% ABV target. We'll find out how she turns out. Fermentables, we've got roughly, it's 79.6% white wheat malt, 20.4% two-row, and that's it. Clean and simple. Same thing with the hops. Citra. That's it. I've got, I think I had to make a slight adjustments to the hops. It was 0.22 ounces at 60 minutes. And then quarter ounce at 5 minutes. There were some changes due to discussion, and I'm going to be fully open about the discussion that Gary and Steve had with me. And I'm going to be totally honest with how I adapted that information. I'm not going to kill too much time. We'll talk about it later. We'll see how it turns out. The initial recipe called for the lemon zest of 2 lemons at 5 minutes, a ½ ounce of sweet orange peel. I don't know if I told them it was freeze-dried, but that's what it called for. And then having a discussion with Gary and Steve both, they had some concerns. Now, I've done this before and never had any problems, but Gary had some enlightening thoughts, and then Steve pitched in as well. And there was some concern about the oils in either the lemon or the orange peel, and I don't know if I told them it was freeze-dried. That might have skewed their opinions, but I did make some adjustments. I took their advice for the most part, but not wholly. My apologies, gentlemen. I'll let you know what I did. The orange peel, instead of a half ounce, I still used it, but I only used a 1/4 ounce. To Gary's suggestion, and I don't know enough about biotransformation yet, we were talking about trying to get that citrusy type of thing. It's a Citra Wheat. It's light. It's going to be very refreshing, we hope. And he had made the suggestion of coriander. Now, I've used coriander in my Belgian wit before, but I've always done it at the boil. I've never done it in primary fermentation. So there were some interesting discussions going on about what the coriander does in primary fermentation. So I split the difference. I did the 1/4 ounce of freeze-dried orange peel at 5 minutes. I cut that in half. And then I added a 1/4 ounce of coriander right after I pitched yeast. Shook it up real good. It's a 5-gallon carboy, 3 gallons of beer. There's plenty of headroom. I don't ever have to worry about blow-off tubes. I've never had a problem doing this since I started it. I will tell you this, 16 hours after pitching yeast yesterday with my first ever starter, she's taken off. The starter went beautifully well. It was a Hefeweizen White Labs WLP 300 that was best used by September, so we did a starter. I had 1036 was my gravity. Stirred it for 24 hours and let it sit. Cold crashed it for about 4 or 5 hours, and then let it sit out room temp while we were doing brew day, and then it separated beautifully. Everything dropped out of suspension. Everything got right where we wanted it. I decanted most of it because it's only 3 gallons. I didn't want that flavor transfer to be so over the top. Gary and Steve both agreed. Pitched yeast, she's taken off. Target gravity, 1045. We achieved 1044. I have no complaints. Gary and Steve both told me I should have thrown it out. It was ruined. So we are really, really happy with how that has turned out. The update on the cooler, I'll talk more about that later when I can actually have the camera on it and go into that discussion. I got a new cooler. I'm going to be able to start lagering. Yay! Finally. And I'm going to make a keezer out of it because it's big enough to fit 2 5-pound carboys for fermentation, which means the 3s are going to fit perfect in secondary. I can fit 5-gallon keggers in there. So the 3s are going to work great. I can fit anything in that sumbitch. It's going to be great. So I'll take more pictures and stuff of that later. God, I know there's more stuff to talk about, but it's early in the morning, people. What the hell you want? Oh, I still have not heard anything from Swover Creek on the IPA yet. Dave has been doing double extra work trying to get a bunch of brews in the brewery. Look, he's got a business to run. I get it. Hopefully, I'll hear something if it ever happens. We'll see. Told you. There was the chance that it wouldn't. I know I'm probably forgetting something. Oh, remember, I'm only on Instagram. I am on, I almost said Facebook. I'm on Instagram and YouTube only. Please subscribe if you're seeing this. Hit the like button. Leave a comment. Talk to me, people. I'm lonely. Oh, God, it's too early in the morning for this shit. Alright, I gotta get out of here. I've got to actually start tech support and sit on the freaking computer at a desk for 10 hours. Yeah, that's it. Bye.